Thank you for taking the time. Appreciate having you here. First question, obviously, a lot of the rumors that you even mentioned in the press conference as far as names that are being tossed about. You know, we've heard Mateen Cleaves and Steve Nash and questions about what Justin's role is kind of going to be. So I was curious, any of those rumors you'd like to squash or address at this point in time?
Yeah, there's really, the problem is like there's so many people talking about it. So I'm very well connected in the basketball world. So that's first. And so people are going to tie me to a lot of different names. Sure. And the way I tell people is like, you're going to find out I'm quite transparent and honest with things. If I want to hire someone or I think someone's a good fit, I'll let you guys know. The reality is right now I'm coming in and listening and learning. Like I don't plan on making any changes between now and the end of the season and understanding like what we have, learning, meeting people, find out what people's strengths and weaknesses are. What do we need to change? And so there's no person, there's no group, I don't know what people are asking or thinking, but the reality is when you call me and ask me, I'll tell you what's going on and I'll tell you what I think and I'll tell you it with conviction. Because if I decide to make a hire of anyone or make a change with anybody, it's going to be with conviction.
Absolutely. And as far as the listening and learning process, obviously the leadership that's in place with James Jones and Monty, I know you've only been here for a day or so, but have you been able to talk with them at all, and what have kind of your impressions been of them so far?
Yeah, I mean, both great guys, both played in the league before, so they understand the game really well. I spent more time with James than with Monty. Monty's been obviously with the team, and we had a chance to meet him a couple different times, but not really sat down and talked philosophy and understand things. But those guys are experts. They know what they're doing with it. My job is to give them all the support, give them all the resources to be successful. And I think, like I've told many people, I think our team and our setup and what we have right now is extremely, extremely successful. And can we make it more successful? Well, absolutely, right? There's a measurement of that. But how do we do that? And when do we do that? And what's the play? Those are things that I have to discuss with them and figure out what the best play is for us to go forward with.
Speaking to that, you mentioned the Suns are kind of the elite franchise. You want them to be the elite franchise, and they were, it wasn't just this franchise is available. It was, oh wow, this franchise is available. So what for you about the Suns and the Mercury made them stand out in that way?
Well, first off, it's the community. The Phoenix community is amazing. All right, people want to talk about the weather. The weather's amazing too, but that's not what I'm thinking about. Mm-hmm. The way people are, they're significant. They love the Suns, right? They love the Mercury. They love the Mercury. They want to be in. They're basketball fans, and so to go to a town that loves basketball in amazing weather with a structure that's already set up. These teams don't come up for sale, and this is this is the one. I can't believe it's available, and so right away, day one, it was like, that's the target. How do we do that? Like, we are not losing out. And if we have to pay more than everyone else, if we have to build relationships, we have to figure out what it takes, we're going to make sure we can come out here and be the next owner of the Suns and Mercury and do right by the community with it.
Obviously, you're coming in day before the trade deadline. That's what everybody's wondering about, how that works. Just what have those conversations with James been like? I know you've been talking about being aggressive, and how does that kind of dynamic shake out as far as the communication you two have?
Yeah, so, great communication. The first thing is, like I said, I think our team's in a great position. I think we got a great team, we got a competitive team. When we're healthy, I don't know if there's a better team in the West than us, right? And I really believe that. Now, can we improve our probability? Can we make things better? Absolutely. And being aggressive means, we're going to look at everything. And I do look at everything, but at the same time, we're going to only make the right choices that help us win short-term and long-term. And if we're going to make a short-term decision, it better not be the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. And so we're really making sure we look at everything. But I feel great. I mean, we got some of the best players in the league on our team. We've got young players. We got veterans. We're really in a great position. I don't know if people in Phoenix realize how great it is. I know our record last year was a lot better than it is this year, but there's been a lot of injuries. I love our team.
As far as the fan experience and the team member experience, I know that what happened before you can't really answer for those things. But as far as the message that you want to broadcast, as far as Suns fans that are a little jaded by that whole investigation and that whole experience. I know that you like to run your business like a team and that family values are important to you. So what would kind of your message be to those fans that are waiting to see how the next ownership group comes in and handles it?
Yeah, well, what they're going to have to realize is we're going forward. We're looking forward 100% of the way. What's happened in the past, I can't control. Unfortunately, I can't change the good or the bad, but I can control the future as the steward of this organization and doing the right thing. And so we're going to focus on the team member experience, the culture. We're going to dominate the fan experience, make sure fans love every aspect of it, win or lose, right? Community involvement. We're going to do great things in the community, and at the same time, winning in everything we do. And winning, makes things a lot better. But we're going to focus on all four of those things in every detail, and that's what we're going to focus on.
I know you've only been here obviously a day or whatever, and your goal is to listen and learn. But as far as things that you look for to improve, like maybe having a G League team again, things of that nature, is there anything that comes to mind, and your thoughts on maybe having a G League team again for this franchise?
Yeah, I'm big on player development. Getting people, like I said, if you're at the press conference, I said, get great people to join your team, train them and coach me the best version of themselves, which means getting them better every day, and then treat them so well they never want to leave. And so having a G League team seems to make a lot of sense. And I think that's something we're going to look at very closely and plan on doing, to be honest with you. And so I don't know how that process is, what the time frame is, and how to do it, but we are going to have one because that's the right thing to do to develop talent, to be able to build. And we got to make it so it's close to Phoenix, so therefore we can send players up and down. So I think there's a lot of things. I've seen a lot of teams do it really well with their G League team, and I think we're going to emulate that and hopefully make it even better.
Sure. And then on the Mercury side of things, obviously, big WNBA free agency period of lots of news and all that stuff. And there's been a lot of talk as far as the chartered flights and that issue in the league. Just what are your thoughts on the direction of the Mercury, and would chartered flights in the league be something that you might be interested in as a new WNBA owner?
Yeah, so I'm very excited about the direction of Mercury. We got the greatest of all time on our team, Diana Taurasi, and we've got a great team. I'm not going to name all the players. We got a great team, Brittany. We've got everyone there. And so I feel good about where we're at. And at the same time, can we get better? Absolutely. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to dig in and figure out how do we make improvements in every aspect of it. On the charter plane situation, like the way I look at it is I got to dig in and get more knowledge on it.
Sure.
Like I talked about the press conference, knowledge creates confidence, and confidence will create success and conviction around it. And so I'm going to dig in and figure out what I can do, how that applies, all the details, which I don't have all of them yet, as it's day one of the job. But I'm definitely going to be looking into every way to make the Mercury the elite franchise, just like the Suns. I'm all in.
Obviously, Devin Booker is the big attraction, the face of the franchise type deal. What are your thoughts of him from afar and watching his growth in the league and where he is now as kind of that Suns figurehead?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Devin Booker fan. I think he's got all the things besides on the court. Great shooter and athleticism, and like all the things you want to talk about on the court. But I think he's even a better person off the court. And so that's the kind of people we want to build around and be around for a long time. And so how lucky am I coming in here? I got Devin Booker on my team. I got Chris Paul. We got players. I'm not going to name them all once again because we got players. And with Devin Booker specifically, which is what your question was, like, man, he's a great player and a great person. And that's what I like to be around.
Awesome. And just last question, what are your kind of impressions of the city of Phoenix so far? Obviously, you mentioned the weather, but what are your impressions of the city? And have you found a favorite food spot yet?
Not a favorite food spot yet, because I've been basically just fast food eating in the hotel because I've been working out here. But, from a perspective of the city, people are welcoming. Now I know that I'm the owner and the Suns and Mercury and their few. But before anyone knew who I was, like, welcoming, friendly, kind. It's a great place. I'm excited to make an impact in the community. I'm excited to meet people, be engaged, be involved, and it's an honor that I get a chance to do that.
And is there anything that I haven't touched on that you would like to broadcast to the fans or you would want Suns fans to know about you?
No, I'm just honored. Like I said, I really believe that it's a community asset and I work for you guys. And I'm going to do my very best and just know that I will work harder than any other owner to do the right thing, short-term, long-term, and always for these organizations. And it's going to start with culture. Start with, from team member, fan experience, community, and focus on winning. And we're starting today. Let's go.
Awesome. We'll have to have you on the podcast sometime.
Let me know when.